Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Haxenhunt. Today's video we are shooting the Prime Black 3 up against the Bowtech Revolt. Both are set up at 70 pounds, 30-inch draws, and we are going to be shooting them and see which one I'd rather go home with today if I was to go buy a bow. So if you guys want to see which bow I choose, then go ahead and stay tuned. Alright, first up to bat is going to be this Revolt, Bowtech Revolt. So let's show you guys the balance of that. Pretty balanced. It does want to come back just a little bit like that. Have not shot this bow in quite some time. It's been out of stock, so I'm excited to fling some arrows through it. So it is a 30-inch draw, 70-pound limbs. Very smooth draw cycle. Great string angle. Pretty solid back wall. Let's go ahead and fling this arrow. There's a little bit of hand vibration in there. Not a whole lot for being basically a bare bow, but definitely a little bit. Alright, so let's go with the second shot. It's almost like it's just like the hand vibration is more of a small vibration. It's not like a big vibrating waves, whatever you want to call it. It's just like a little zing to it. Jump forward. I do really like the draw cycle though, that's for sure. There's a little bit of jump forward, but not a whole lot at all. Yeah, nothing to really complain about. But we're gonna grab those arrows and then we're gonna shoot that Prime Black 3 and just kind of compare the shooting and the feeling in my hand, draw cycle and everything, and then shoot it through the chronograph, as well as do a 2-arrow grouping for you guys, and then go ahead and pick which bow I'd rather go home with. All right, now time for the Prime Black 3. Show you guys the balance of that. Balances just a little bit back, but it does feel like it balances a little bit better than what that Revolt was balancing. Let's draw this back. It's a little bit more of an aggressive draw cycle. It's a more solid back wall. 30-inch draw as well. This one feels like it's a little bit longer than that one though. String angle's a little bit more steep. Make sure everything's tight because I had a lot more hand vibration in it. I'll shoot that again. Yeah, much more aggressive draw cycle. Yeah, it's like a consistent vibration through the riser after the shot. A little bit of jump forward, but not a whole lot. It drops into that, so that let off is a little sketchy just because it doesn't want to go let off at all. It just wants to stay back there, and then finally it gives. But it does drop into that back wall pretty harsh. Not too bad. Not too bad. Not as bad as I thought at first. Yeah, I would say there's a bunch more hand vibration in the Black 3 than that Revolt. Let's I'm just gonna grab this Revolt again and shoot it again to really compare the two. Yeah, much more smooth of a draw cycle. Oh, wow. Yeah, that is night and day for that hand vibration. This Revolt is way more smooth after the shot. basically it's like, oh, not 100% comparable, but it's up there. It's close to what the Matthews VXR is shooting for that hand shock. Basically part of it. So if you have shot the VXR but you haven't shot the Revolt, think of just a little bit more hand vibration than that VXR. The Black 3, maybe after being tuned and some stabilizers added, it's going to get rid of that hand shock, but bare bow as is right now, as you're going to shoot it in the shop, it's also mainus for sure. But yeah, let's go shoot them through the chronograph, kind of see the speeds they're both shooting, and then do a 2 arrow grouping and then pick which bow I'd rather go home with today. All right, time to shoot them through the chronograph. Up first is going to be the Prime Black 3, and this first arrow I'm going to be shooting through is a 480 grain arrow. So let's draw that back. 480 grain arrow is shooting at 286 feet per second. So next up is going to be this 440 grain arrow, so a little bit lighter. At 298. So it is shooting just a little bit quicker. Great shooting bow. Let's shoot that Revolt and kind of see the speeds it's shooting. All right. First up is the 480 grain arrow through the Bowtech Revolt. They're at 272, so a little bit slower. And this is in the comfort. Yeah, and this is in the comfort position on those cams. Now time for the 440 grain arrow. Right there at 287. So a little bit quicker on that Prime Black 3. Not a whole lot. The Bowtech does have that smoother draw, so that is pretty nice there. So let's go shoot a 2 arrow grouping and kind of see how they hold, how the pin is settling on the target, and kind of see how that goes. All right, now time to do a 2 arrow grouping. And while I do the 2 arrow grouping, I'm actually going to add a 6-inch stabilizer up front to this Prime, as well as I'll do it to the Revolt, just to kind of see the differences with hand shock, as well as give me that little bit of extra stability to hold a tight group. So first up is the Prime Black 3. First shot. First shot felt good. A little bit less hand vibration. Let's pay attention to it again on the second one. Yeah, there's definitely a difference with the hand vibration adding that stabilizer, which is nice. So if you are going ahead and getting this bow, just know when you do add a stabilizer, it does minimize that hand shock. So kind of a given, but just want to let you know. All right, next up is going to be this Bowtech Revolt. We're going to throw the same stabilizer, 6-inch stabilizer. This is just a Hoyt stabilizer. Throw that on there. And first shot with the Revolt. Let's see what kind of group we can hold. Night and day difference with that hand vibration, still even with the stabilizers. All right, both are great looking groups down there, so let's go take a peek at them, see which one's holding a little bit of a tighter group, and then decide which bow I'd rather go home with today. All right, right here we've got that Prime Black 3. We've got those FMJs basically touching there, and we've got the Bowtech Revolt just slightly further apart, but not. Yeah, great. Both are great groups. Both are shooting really good. Both settle in really well. So the bow that I'm going to pick today is going to be the Bowtech Revolt. That just has a smoother draw, way less hand vibration during the shot, and yeah, I felt like I was just able to still be able to hold the pin really, really well. It is shooting a little bit slower, so that's kind of a plus side to the Prime. I do really enjoy the Prime. I almost ended up getting the Black 3, but haven't pulled the trigger on it. It is a great shooting bow. I feel like I'm able to hold a little bit more steady with the Prime Black 3, but the draw cycle, as well as the aftershock, basically, of after the shot, you're going to get a little bit more of a comfortable shot out of this Revolt. It is in the comfort setting, so it is obviously comfortable. For the finish award, I'm going to say I like the Prime. This is the First Light camo pattern. I really, really like that. I'm not the biggest fan of kind of this darker camo pattern look to it on this Revolt, but great shooting bow. I would definitely buy this one today if I was to go buy a bow. Out of these two, I'd take home the Revolt. But that's gonna wrap up this video, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and big thanks to Terry here at TNT Archery for letting me come on in and shoot his bows and test them out for you guys, to give you as much knowledge as I can about every bow. Just want to say thanks again for all of you guys' support. Don't forget, if you buy a decal on my website, haxenhunt.com, you get entered in to win any bow that you want. 250 max entries, so you have pretty dang good chances in winning a bow. So big thank you to you guys, and we'll see you guys next time.